be about life, and there's all sorts of people in life, you know. And we have Indian in the show, Hindu, I should say.
You got a couple.
Black,
a
white.
couple in here. Are you guys Indian? Yeah. Persian. Oh. Well,
Yes, I knew that right away.
That's what somebody look at.
Yeah, but you know, it's just.
Where your dot at? You missing your dot? Where your dot at? You
No,
don't have dot?
Persian.
Oh, Persian
Iran, modern day.
Oh.
Persia, Iran, yeah.
Persia is the original.
Let me ask you this: when you think about the black community, I would venture to say that relationships, male-female relationships, are at the core of a lot of our challenges.
That's right.
Getting along with each other means if we don't get along and we have a child together, then that child's going to grow up in a quote-unquote single-family household and as a black male.
But I have a son. I have a son, and my ex-husband and I, we have a son, and we adopted him when he was 1.5, and I got divorced. But we take care of him. I mean, we have an amicable relationship. It's more than amicable because I go over and fry chicken for them like I'm the wife. I hate that. I hate fried chicken. I clean it up.
But that takes a big person.
It makes him feel good. It makes my son feel good. And he's growing into a fine. He's 15. October 1st, he turned 15, and he's turning into a fine young man, and he's liking me a little bit more. But they said at 18 I'll get him back. He used to love me, but then he became a teenager. I don't know what happened.
That. But that's it. You're right. It's important, and it's our job. Of people on the job, you know. Look at our economic situation.
I wanted to ask you about it.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, you know.
Your initials GW?
Yeah, GW.
Not a George Walker.
No, George Wilbur.
Okay, yeah. but you came to Baltimore just a few weeks ago down at the Patti LaBelle show for Chesapeake Urology.
That's right.
And man, I tell you really laid it out. And I was just proud to hear you talk about politics. It's easy for our entertainers to dumb down the conversation to make it fit the second grade level of a George Bush, but you're talking about real issues. I mean, do you ever hear George Bush reading the cue cards? He doesn't elaborate much.
No, he's not gonna go off message much. But I do that because that's a part of who I am, and my comedy is based upon who I am. So I talk about life situations, you know, and I'm not going to dumb that down. Fortunately for me, I'm not living a dumbed down life, and so I have to be realistic and I have to be honest with my approach to dealing with that. And I bring the same thing to the character of Willie in this production, you know. So I think it's important, man, that we just be as honest as we can be. And in our relationships, it's a trickle down effect. You know, we're better at our jobs, we're better at raising our children, we're better in politics. We do our jobs better when you leave the house knowing that my household is in order.
Any tips on being the outside parent? Because we have it in across the board in all races. Any tips on being a quote-unquote step-parent?
Be a good parent. It doesn't matter whether you're an outside parent. I don't believe in step-parent. If you go into a relationship and say, hey, I love you, and I love everything about you, I'm not going to ever consider my stepson, which is as a stepson.
Yeah, you heard Joe Biden. Joe Biden, his wife,
son.
She took his 2 sons. He said, that's my mom. You heard his son? He said, that's my mom.
That's what you have to do.
She's not a stepmom. He said she took care. He said, could you marry us? You know,
and
that's a lot.
That's important.
When I turned down a proposal of marriage, a guy had 2 kids. I said, let me be honest with you, I can't raise no kids. I'm scared.
And a lot of times it's up to the woman to make that distinction and say, you know what, this is not your stepfather. This is your father. And explain that to your children. This is the man that's going to provide for you. This is the man that's going to protect you. This is the man that's willing to lay his life down for you. I don't think there's anything step about that.
Okay. J.D. Lawrence, any thoughts?
What on?
Relationships. What was the
he care about it, the play and community service, all right? You get no, all right?
He got a wife. He got a great relationship with his wife and his kids.
The Clean-Up Woman starts tonight, Murphy Fine Arts, through the 12th. Yeah. What's the hit on relationships? What is the message that you want to bring home?
Well, there's several messages in the show, and I think the main one that I would want people to get is they have to communicate. As husband and wife, as boyfriend and girlfriend.
We have to talk about difficult things.
Boyfriend, but they have to communicate.
Look at it.
But I mean, that's realistic.
But that's real.
Yeah.
But communicate Communication is the key.
It's like this package. This package. They're not communicating with us. I still don't know about this economic package. I still don't understand. I understand capitalism, though. I really do. And that's what it's about. That's what the system is. But it's not working. You know, it's like, but we can't bail out people who took out loans that they couldn't pay for either. But it's gotten out of hand. It went wild. It's just capitalism going wild. That should be a reality show. But it's not too funny, is it?
No. The final shot. What's the shot of hope?
Hey, the shot of hope is coming down to see the cleanup woman over at the Morgan State University, and the theater is going to be great. You know, no matter how hard the times get, and that's one of the great things about what we do as entertainers. No matter when the markets crash, whatever, when the prohibition hits, whenever no one has any money, everyone still has to laugh. People say, okay, you know what? I'm already 4 weeks behind and 2 months behind on this bill. I'm going out and do something for myself. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to, whether it's to do a comedy show or go to see a wonderful stage play like The Cleanup Woman. Sometimes you need to get out and clear the air. Why don't you let this week be the week that you do that?
We're going to miss the debate tonight. Me and Joe, we coming over to see you play.
They're going to play that debate 17 times before you can get home again, so don't even worry about that.
Good deal. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Mr. George Wilborn, J.D. Lawrence, and the one and only incomparable Jack A. Keep coming back to Baltimore.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it very much.
All right, you've been listening to 1010 State.